Hey there, StarCraft fans. It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today it's going to be a bit of a weird cast for your Patreon cast of the week. It's going to be Snute versus ByuN from January 2018. Got this from a Wardy replay pack. I'm subscribed to him and follow him on Twitch. There's a link in the description. You should do the same thing because he does a lot of high-level elite tournaments featuring players such as this, but not ByuN because he's currently on his mandatory military service for Korea. All right, so here on Catalyst, the latter edition, we have in the top left corner the red Zerg player Snute, and in the bottom right-hand corner we have the blue Terran player. It is ByuN. ByuN going for that gas first, probably into a barracks here, and in fact he is. So no weirdness there, but that's a quick pool. That is about I think that was a 16 pool, maybe a 15 pool, 17 pool, somewhere around there from Snute. So pool first play, not going for the 16, 18, 17. He wants to be aggressive here. He probably will expand though, as we still did start with the 12 workers. As, man, that was longer ago than I thought. Why did I think that change came less time ago than January 2018? Maybe I'm completely wrong about the timestamp on this, but regardless, it's ByuN and it's Snute. Let's not worry about the circumstances around this replay. Let's just get on with it. So the pool's going to finish real fast. The hatch is now going down, but by golly, that sucker is consistently late compared to where you want it to be. But, I mean, if you're a Reaper, as in fact you are, you really aren't going to be very happy about this. So let's see. So he's making 2 Zerglings, which is fine. Can't quite get speed yet, obviously, because the extractor just finished. And this Reaper's name, as the expansion is going down, is going to be Raid Shadow Legends. Emperor Mengsk finally discovered Adblock, so he wouldn't have to sit through terrible mobile game ads anymore before watching his space YouTube cooking shows. However, every video he clicked on had the same sponsor. Another crappy mobile game. Raid Shadow Legends. In retribution, Emperor Mengsk stuffed the developers of the game into Reaper suits filled with bees. The sad part is the developers probably would have sponsored this comment if I asked for money first. It's pretty good. All right, so Lings are out, Queens are out, drones are transferring down to the natural base a little bit, including the drone with some gas in his mouth here, and we're pulling completely off gas, going for speed. Interesting opening. The poor Reaper shows up and he's like, wait, there's a Queen here already? What is this garbage? This timing doesn't make any sense. The Lings do cruise across the map and do delay a little bit. So ByuN, back in January 2018, did not follow the important Terran commandment of thou shalt SCV scout first if you're going to send a Reaper blindly across the map in TVZ. Anyway, a couple Marines coming out and a Hellion. Yeah, this is still a 1-1-1 build, though, as the Starport's coming up here, too, with the factory obviously part of the play. So the natural base is delayed a little bit. No damage gets done. Still no third base coming up from Snute. This is interesting. There it is. Okay, third base coming up at 3 minutes, which is late. Almost as though it was delayed, but has the meta shifted that much in 2 years? It seems like it has. Maybe it has shifted that much. Anyway, Reaper production finished, but Hellion production continuing. Medevac coming in here too. Is there an armory? I'm always interested to see if you're going to build an armory. If you're making Medevacs and Hellions, and in fact there's an armory. So this feels like some Hellbat play out of ByuN. I just figured we haven't seen ByuN in a while. We love ByuN. We love Snute too. Snute's a fan favorite. Haven't seen much of either. Snute is not on mandatory service. Cancel? Ooh, didn't want to cancel it. And the gamble paid off. You can cancel creep tumors 2 years ago, you know. Don't ya know. Anyway, 3 base Zerg player. Third base is a little bit late. ByuN's Hellions are a little bit late. I'm not sure what the Marines are for. It's a 4 Marine medevac drop. I just don't know what this is going to do, to be honest with you. 22 Lings are in production from Snute. 22! Good luck accomplishing anything with your Marines. I mean, I guess the Hellbats are going to be a better answer here. If there are no roaches and there's no Baneling Nest, then suddenly the Lings feel a little bit less impressive versus this very interesting timing. About a 4-minute, 20-second, 4.5-minute Hellbat Marine medevac attack. It's not Marauders. It is Hellbats. And the Zerglings aren't really here. They're down this way, which is a problem for ByuN. So here comes the Hellbat attack. Whoosh. Queen down. Whoosh. Zerglings in the natural base, killing a ton of SCVs back on the other side. If Snute can hold this, he's going to be in a great position, but he doesn't seem to be able to hold it because, again, no Banelings and no Roaches. Look at these Lings running in just to die. The Queens can't do much against this much Marine and Hellbat stuff. The Marines are doing so much damage versus these units. They really are. Zerglings are trying to get on in. I mean, supply depot's going down. 8 SCVs killed. The base of the natural has to lift up and go inside the main. These Hellbats, 3 kills, 4 kills, 4 kills, 8 kills. Definitely paying for themselves. The Zerglings, what are they going to do? They have to attack this. One of the Hellbats dies. Another one does get picked up. We've got a Liberator setting up at the third base. ByuN is everywhere right now. Oh, dropping on top of the transferring drones. The drones have to flee because of the Liberator, and then they get roasty toasty. The Queens are doing their very level-headed best here. Zerglings cruising on in. What a game number 1 this is. Wait, is this part of a series? What a game this is, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Oh, no, now you guys think this is a sneaky twofer. Is it a sneaky twofer? I'm not telling. Anyway, Liberator sets up with 3 kills, continuing to fire until she gets exploded by a Queen on the low ground. 4 more drones get killed. We're looking at 10 SCVs down and 15 drones killed in the first 6 minutes of this game. What an absolute bloodbath on both sides. Still no Baneling Nest. Getting Cloak, though. ByuN's working on Banshee Cloak on the follow-up, which is kind of a fun play. Baneling Nest getting started from Snute, recognizing I probably should have had that a couple minutes ago, and just trying to replace the drones, and doing a pretty good job of it. It's 50 to 29 workers right now out of Snute. Creep spread is not fantastic. That's okay. I'm supporting it anyway. Second gas on the way. No lair, which I find a little bit interesting. Really should start taking additional gases now. And he is. Taking the one inside the main base. Meanwhile, ByuN, not much going on at home, really. Oh, a third CC. That's a gambit. That is a gambit right there. Third CC after all the harassment. But he is attacking on the other side. And they say, expand while attacking. And it generally will work out for you. So these drones right through a war zone, none of them die somehow. A lot of them get a little roasty toasty, but oh, hang on, these guys, where are you going? Look at these Hellbats. They're just like, we're just going to walk through here. Don't mind us. Okay, that was actually not super great from ByuN. Oh, hold on. Hold on. A lot of these drones are injured, but no fires from the Hellbat. He decides to run for it with all of his 2 HP. And doesn't get any more kills. So that was really well held by Snute. The Banshee shows up, starts picking off a couple drones, and staying out of the range of the spores because detection is really bad for her. But again, there are spores in every base, so it's going to be hard to do a lot with one Banshee. Transferring drones are a good target, but otherwise, whatever. Another spore coming up here. Every shot from a Queen is really bad, but every drone that dies, too, is super bad. Meanwhile, Ling's trying to kill the SCV building that third command center, but the Hellions shut that down quite nicely. So yeah, 2018 ZVT, guys. This is what we're looking at. Lair on the way from Snute. Going for that 3rd and 4th gas. 5th and 6th gas getting started. And taking a 4th hatchery. Oh, Banshee down because of extra detection from this spore and this spore kind of overlapping in this area. Very nicely done. Very nicely done here from Snute. Expanding up here, which is a weird place. Usually on maps like this, you want to take your 4th in this location. It's a little bit closer to home, but I mean, creep spread kind of heading up that way, so whatever. It's totally cool. Getting 1-1 for the melee attack and the armor for Snute indicates that we're probably looking at Ultralisks later on. At the very least, he wants to get Baneling speed. Centrifugal hooks. As soon as this layer is done, I'd be shocked. But yeah, Banshee trying to find stuff. It's just not going to work out. There you go. Centrifugal hooks get started immediately. Infestation pit immediately. What else was different in 2018? In January. Let's think about what else was different here. So far, not much that I can think of. Ultras, I don't think they have anabolic synthesis yet. Infested Terrans obviously exist. Fungal growth doesn't root. That was a long time ago. But there's Aspire coming in from Snute, too. So Infestation Pit and Aspire. He could be going for Brood Lords. Look at these Banelings just waddling around off creep. I don't support this in any sense, Snute. Your Banelings need to be safe and caressed and held lovingly in the arms of creep. Creep doesn't have arms. Marine tank follow-up. Snute trying to go for this base. Not looking great, honestly. These Lings don't have 1-1 yet. Now they do, so now the Lings should be able to handle some of this with Baneling support, but the hatch gets target fired. Oh, hang on. The hatch is alive. Slow Banelings waddling in off creep onto these Marines. They're just too much Zerg, though. And the hatchery survives. Additional transfuses come in. Is transfuse instant? I think transfuse is instant instead a heal over time spell now. Oh, okay, so that's another thing. This is fun. This is fun playing the what's different in this patch of StarCraft. Is that a hive? Snoot's going for the 10-minute hive after that aggression. And 2-2 for his melee. This has got to be Ultralisks. This has to be Ultralisks. ByuN really wants to finish off that hatchery, but the banelings have speed now. Corruptors are in production. They should help a lot with these medevacs. And I don't know about this from ByuN. I'm not feeling good about his options in coming over this way. The creep spread is creeping. The queens are here. Yeah, I think the transfuses are instant. Dang! This is a fun little trip down memory lane. And the medevac has to get out. There's too much Zerg. Just too much protecting that base. Snute knows it's vulnerable, so he's defending it adequately here. Creep spread, again, okay. Not Scarlet level, but that's fine. Not everybody has to have the best creep spread in the world. Sometimes you can just have a tribute. So yeah, there's your Ultra Cavern. Ultra Cavern coming up from Snute at the natural base. So we're going to see Ultras here. The answer for ByuN really in the past has been Ghosts. We've seen it out of ByuN to make Ghosts as an answer to Ultralisks with their steady targeting spell, which is so stupidly good. But also Corruptors in here too. So I kind of like this. Ling, Baneling, Ultra, Corruptor to deal with the Liberators, to deal with medevacs, Vikings if they happen to exist, Adrenal Glands getting started, ByuN's third base and the Great Wall is up. And he's really just making nothing but tanks and Marines and tanks today. Good Sim City though, and going for 2-2 himself here about the 11-minute mark. So he'll get 3-3 started sooner rather than later. Feeling alright about it. Snute's taking a 5th base in this central location. Sensor tower is up, and Snute kind of wants to stay out of that. Getting any information at all, giving it to the Terran player is a bad idea. So yeah, look at this. No anabolic synthesis, just going for chitinous plating for Ultralisks. Got a that's an inject. Yeah, I mean, the hatchery's regenerating health eventually here. 2-2 finishing up for the Lings and the Banelings and the Ultralisks, while 2-2 for the Marines, Marauders, and Ghosts are finishing up on the other side for Terranville here. Also, ByuN has a 4th base, and it's a planetary. Smart deal. Do what ByuN does, man. I mean, your 3rd base at the highest level really can't be a planetary, but at your level, you probably can do it. Just to try to keep it alive against Ling attacks and stuff, it's not a bad idea. Man, that 3-3. Both players really kicking that 3-3 at the 12-minute mark. It's a sign of a good player. Meanwhile, Corruptors show up with Caustic Spray, which is definitely something that's been around a while. Marines aren't great against Corruptors, but if they sit around and hang around long enough, they will die to Marine fire. Cloak Banshee clearing out creep, which is great. Yeah, look at the instant transfuse. Instant transfuse is back, Zerg players. Incredible stuff. So Ling's waiting for a drop inside the main base. Snute has a... Well, I was going to say, he has some intel, but there's no drops coming, so I don't know what that was. Probably hiding more than anything else. But he's maxed out at 200 supply at 12 minutes. ByuN sitting at 160 supply, but also working on a bajillion upgrades, including +2 vehicle weapons for his tanks. Tanks are just, they're good, man. They are good unit. Additional CCs coming up from ByuN down to the south. There you go. Quadruple pumping Ghosts out of his barracks now. Ah, yes. Let's do this. Let's do this, ByuN. All you Terran players today struggling against Zerg, just do it like ByuN, yo. And I know that Snute's not like super elite level, but he's a really good Zerg player. He's been around a long time. So this group's in trouble. They really need to pick up. There you go. Time to head on home. What the heck is that upgrade? What is this upgrade? I don't remember that upgrade at all. It's got to be a Ghost upgrade, right? Maybe it, oh, it's Mobius Reactor. That helps? Well, as long as we're just kind of posturing, I'm going to do a quick Google here. What is this? Mobius Reactor for Ghosts. It is a Ghost upgrade as Lings and Banelings are sneaking around. It augments, increases Ghost maximum energy by 50 and increases the Ghost starting energy from 50 to 62.5. So it's more energy for Ghosts. All right, cool. I don't remember when they got rid of that. I don't remember the patch notes that said they got rid of that upgrade or why. Like, it's not like maybe Ghosts are too good. Maybe Ghosts are going to win this game, and they can't have that in the balance. Anyway, here goes nothing, man. Snute going for it like only Snute can. rolling in here, trying to take down this planetary, trying to deal with all this bio. Ultras in the front, dying but absorbing a lot of damage. The Baneling's off creep, getting target fired pretty well there by ByuN. So 19 SCVs go down. He loses his 4th base, which is a problem. But he's also doing all right in army supply. He didn't lose his entire army, which is a humongous deal. But guess who's making 10 Ultralisks right now? It is Snute. So that doesn't really bode well if you happen to be a ByuN fan here. Crikey, mate. What are we doing? What are we doing against 10 Ultralisks? Well, it's the Ghosts, obviously, Falcon. The Ghosts are ready to rock. I didn't see if they did any static targeting specifically, but Snute's getting a 6th base on the left side. We'll try to keep attention or pay attention to that next time around. More Banelings coming in. And I mean, these are 3/3 Banelings, which, it's so terrifying. But off creep, not as scary. Still not as scary off creep. That speed bonus to Banelings, anything benefits immensely from speed, makes them scarier. But additionally, if they're melee, speed is that much better, which is why Anabolic Synthesis for Ultras is really good. See how slow they are coming in here? Man, going for nice steady targeting though. Look at this. Pop, 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 pop. Only 2 Ultras remain from that massive attack. These Ghosts though. Oh. ByuN holds on to his 4th base. More steady targeting, getting rid of these Ghosts. Oh, Ultra's dying too. You guys, I'm telling you, Ghosts are the answer. I mean, Infestors cause you problems, right? Infestors tossing fungal growth on your Ghost's heads interrupt the spell because it is a channeled spell and it needs to hold concentration for like 2.5 seconds or 1.5 seconds or something. It doesn't seem like a lot, but if fungal growth is hitting you every, every half second, you're gonna be in trouble, or every 1 second. You can't do it. That said, Snute has no interest in making Infestors today, it seems like. He's got an Infestation bait, obviously. But production tab says no pathogen glands and no infestors, and this might be a problem for Snute. So here he comes again. Look at this aggression. We usually don't see this level of like right into the Terran teeth aggression in current StarCraft. They're trying to finish off that planetary, but I mean, the repair is pretty good. Getting some of these SCVs would be nice. And the Liberator, the steady targeting against the Ultralisks. More Ultras are coming in, getting that cleave damage on the Ghosts. Not good for them. Trying to steady target again and really nicely positioned. Another Ultra has died. How many Ultras have died today? 18? 18 Ultras have gone down. Snute's down to 36 army supply. ByuN is at 81. ByuN loses a bajillion SCVs. He's lost 46 today. 19 in that last attack. He is down 45 to 69 workers, but he has mules. But Snute has the economy, and he has the base count to try and remax here. His bank is not very high, neither is ByuN's. Zergling's coming down this left side. There's already a planetary here, which means he needs some Banelings to try to handle it. Boy, this is nuts. This is a good one. This is really, really fun ZVT. I knew it would be. We haven't seen these players on the channel for a while, and it's time. It is time. Unfortunately, I can't get back to old Heart of the Swarm replays or Wings of Liberty replays because those are too old to load in the client, but it seems like you can go back at least 2 years in Legacy of the Void. So that's kind of fun. Oh, he killed his own tumor. Ah, yeah, so we can throw up another base. So this might be a situation where ByuN is just winning engagements for the most part, but Snute just out-expands him a bajillion times. He's trying to go for Broodlords here, but you know what's pretty good against Broodlords still is steady targeting. Boy, this creep spread is kind of nuts. It's kind of nuts out of Snute. I mean, he didn't get here fast, but he definitely got here. And look at ByuN just recreating SCVs back up to 70 workers already. Happily sitting on his 5 bases. I think Snute would do well to kill this. Killing the newer bases from your opponents is definitely how you want to do things. ByuN has not really been able to move out since he launched his attack on Snute's 4th base in the top right a few minutes ago, and it failed. Hey, it really hasn't gone anywhere since then. He's been defending, letting his Ghost get energy, I guess. There are some Infestors on the way from Snute. Getting advanced ballistics too, though, is ByuN. I mean, ByuN's not... He's in a good position, right? It sounds like maybe he's not great, because you do need to get out there and mess with the Zerg player from time to time. But, I don't know. These Ghosts are just kind of worth their weight in whatever Terran gold is. What is that upgrade? Production tab, orangey thing. Looks like an exploding heart. It's extra stim. I don't know, man. I can't remember what that is at all. It's like an upgrade for... Oh, it might be an upgrade for ravens. Oh, is this Hunter-Seeker missile territory? What is this? We'll have to see what it says it is when it comes along the right side, because this interface doesn't tell me names of things until then. Assumes you know what you're doing if you're going to use this interface, that's for sure. So anyway, Snute having lost 32,000 resources and ByuN having lost 19, you'd think Snute would be in a troubling spot. But he's making infestors, which is smart. He's making broodlords, which is smart. If he can if he can fungal growth the ghosts, then the rest of his units will be much, much more effective. So that's definitely Corvid Reactor. That's a current upgrade. And finally, ByuN moves out for the first time in a while here. He, yeah, it's been a while. Enhanced munitions. That has to be for Hunter-Seeker Missile. Or just Seeker Missile, depending on what patch this is. I think it does more damage when the Seeker Missile hits. Pretty sure that's what it is. I think this was Ketrock time, too, when Seeker Missile actually did damage. Not a lot, if I remember right. Man, 2 years ago seems like a long time ago, but in StarCraft time, I don't think it was that long ago. So ByuN is at the stage of the game where he is actually sacrificing SCVs in order to free up supply to make more things like Liberators. Which is fine. Working on ship and vehicle plating. Snute's getting Burrow. I mean, these players are extremely standoffish. Snute is like, alright, fine. If ByuN's going to entrench himself like this and I can't really break him, then I'm going to sit back and expand a whole bunch and take my half of the map, and he can have his half of the map. We'll see how that goes. I don't know about this, man. ByuN has expanded twice, pretty much unopposed. This is actually from when... Is this from when mules, more than one, could mine on the same patch? No, it looks like they all have their own patch. So this isn't a time when mules could... Like, you could launch 37 mules on the same mineral field and mine it out instantly, basically, because multiple mules could be on the same patch mining it out. Anyway, where are we? I mean, this has been really passive since some of the really early attacks. Viper's in production here from Snute. Love the Viper play out of him, too. What upgrades? I mean, what do we have? Pretty much all the same things, it looks like. Consume, Blinding Cloud, Parasitic Bomb. What's this other thing, though? 1, 2, 3, and am I forgetting a Viper upgrade? Maybe. Maybe, let's see. High-Sec auto-tracking in production. Ship weapons level 3 coming in. This has been a bit of a slow last couple of minutes, but I hope you're enjoying the spectacle of these two players anyway. Hit that like button if you are, and if you're on patreon.com/Falcon Paladin watching this in early February. Again, thank you so much for being a patron. I really appreciate it. I feel it every month. Feeling the love. A lull has settled in over the galaxy. Ooh, Snute's doing the million spore crawler play. Steady targeting. Pretty good hits, but also some broodling hits, interrupting those attacks a little bit. So a couple broodlords die, but maybe just 2? 3. 3 broodlords die. That's alright. I think that's okay. Every base on the map has been taken, but this one. More SCVs sacrificing themselves for the good of the Dominion. Somehow, Snute has tossed down changelings in his own base for scouting of his own stuff for some reason. Don't know what that's all about. But air armor, level 2, coming in now from Snute. What are these guys doing? I don't think I've ever seen ByuN this passive before. Maybe I'm just misremembering. So just making sure this isn't a base, and it's not. Is that a planetary? Of course it is. ByuN is just turtling in here. Multiple planetary fortresses in different locations. Just trying to make it hard for the Zerg player to kill him. And Snute's totally fine with mining out his half of the map, getting up a huge bank. And coming on in. 2 battle cruisers in production from ByuN. Look at this. Old school BCs here. I don't think they have the move while firing thing. Not back then. And nukes on the way from ByuN. He knows how to give us a show. He knows what's up. It's always been good at that for us. Ghost wants to toss down a nuke in full range of detection. Or maybe just commit suicide. That's an okay thing to do too. +3 air carapace. This is the most passive ZVT I have cast in a long time. An exceptionally long time. Marines are trying to clear this out, but then broodlings show up and they're 3/3 broodlings. And they chew pretty hard. And the flyer attacks are actually not... No flyer attack, which is weird. You'd think you'd flyer attack a little bit if you're going this many broodlords, but instead he's just going for armor, man. It's all about the broodling hits, not the actual strike. Snute's taking this base. Economically, that's massive. If you can hang on to it, and ByuN can't get it, that's going to be an extra base for him that ByuN doesn't get. And then Snute can afford to have some bad engagements, a couple more bad engagements, and still win this game, quite possibly. So this is bait, right? Like, oh no, my spore crawler. Oh, secret missile. Okay, that did do damage. That did do damage, and it did reduce the armor on those corruptors for just a minute here. So yeah, this is Ketrock heyday. That's what this is. Still, Mass Raven is not bad. We've still seen Ketrock doing his thing. He just can't go right into Mass Raven because it's a little bit too slow and doesn't do enough damage on the outset. So in the game that I cast, he went actually for Planetary Fortress Rush into Cyclones, and then he transitions into Ravens, but one ultra down. Again, for pretty much nothing there, too. Those ghosts getting some serious work done. Nice funk. Wow. Ridiculous fungal. EMP is getting tossed down here. Missing. Hitting that one, though. Ghosts are all severely injured. Where are my medevacs at? Medevacs, help. Help. You're right there. Come over to us, please. Snute kind of pushing up this left side. Never mind. Not interested in pushing today. All right, man. The Broodlords are pushing in this left side. This base might be in a little bit of trouble. This creep and this spore setup is kind of nuts. The Vipers don't quite want to come in because I think they get parasitic bombed if they come in clumped in like that. Steady targeting, not killing one of the Broodlords. Nice transfuse there again. Here come the spores. They're moving up into range of all of this Terran. And is he coming? Is he going for it? Gotta zoom out a little bit just because the Broodlords are far away. Man, the very, very cautious micro on both players' sides here. Liberators trying to set up. Nice EMP on handful of those ghosts abducting these Liberators. Actually, they're setting up in range of spores. So they almost died, but not quite. And the fact that Snute has this base, but he doesn't mind from it at all, is kind of interesting. So this is going to turn into, I really think this is going to turn into a stalemate, where we just mine out the whole map. I mean, not a stalemate exactly, but you know what I mean. It's turned into a situation where everybody mines out the whole map, and then it just comes down to what units do you have? Can you win with them? Dude, the battlecruiser count is getting kind of high. There's already 5 of them. There's 3 more on the way. SCVs, this is just ByuN going. I'm going for all the army supply. Don't need SCVs. I've got mules, thanks. And he's not wrong, right? You can toss down mules for mineral income all the livelong day. So he's down to 26 workers, but he's at 174 army supply. That's humongous. That's a giant army supply advantage, and Snute doesn't have that. He does have the bank advantage, though, sitting on 11,000 minerals and 7,000 gas. So tank firing from the main base onto Snute's base, which is hilarious that that's even possible. But that's where Snute expanded. It was a little bit ambitious, as we can see. He's going for +3 missile attack, which is for the Queens would be my guess. Morrissey, dude, is ByuN going like Fist of Neeb here? Is he just sacrificing all of his workers to go for a 200 army supply army? It feels like he sort of is. Snoot's like, I will oblige you that. If you don't want any SCVs, that's totally cool with me. This tank's up to 14 kills because drones keep coming over here and trying to harvest. I mean, you could kill it, but it would take kind of a commitment. Anyway, I'm trying to make sure the creep spread doesn't go crazy. ByuN really super backed into a corner here. Viper's having to suck energy off of that high. God, the fungal. The EMP fungal dance is a good one. EMP fungal's great. This 17 kill siege tank. It's having a good time. Having a good time, having a good time. ByuN is using his additional resources to make additional Ravens and battle cruisers. He has the battle cruiser army he always wanted. The ultras are not going to be very good here. How many infestors do we have? And neural parasite is on the way. So Snoot's going to have an answer to this. Whether it's enough of an answer to it, I don't know. See if that queen survives long enough to get out of here. Doesn't look promising, does it? No, it certainly doesn't. So queen canceled. First nuke of the day on the high ground. Spores move. This is not Snoot's first rodeo. He knows what's up. Oh no, 5 creep tubers. Oh no. Battle cruiser, I don't think it can fire and move. Yeah, see? It moves and it stops firing. That's really pretty much the only thing they did to battle cruisers to make them as good as they are today is their ability to continue firing while moving. It's crazy how such a small thing has had such a humongous effect on the game. No, you can't have that base. ByuN says, I want it. Or at the very least, you cannot have it. Chomping on the planetary fortress along the left side here, killing a refinery, but otherwise not doing a whole lot. My gosh, the passivity of these players is very strange. I don't think I've seen this passive ZVT in a long, long time. Even in the longer games, it's tons of action everywhere. Nobody's really content to sit back and just hang out like this anymore. Maybe this was a ByuN Snute thing. Maybe these two players are kind of gone from the scene and their passivity went with them. Don't know, but ByuN rightfully claims his own base. He's down a few minerals and some gas, which is annoying, but whatever. He's not worried about it. He's going to be more cost efficient here anyway. 3 infestors in production. They've got neural parasite. They've got +3 armor. They're as tanky as they're going to be. They still have the larger unit model. You can see that. They're not as small as they are currently. So that's something that's different for sure. It's 16 workers for ByuN. 16, y'all. All right, let's Yamato down these spores, baby. It's 2 Yamatos per spore to kill it. And surprise, I have a lot of battle cruisers all of a sudden. Meanwhile, the Marines attack on up. Scan, kill some tumors, or, you know, just stand in here and die. One of the two. They're just a scouting group. They're not really here for anything intentional. Ah, nice steady targeting attack on these ghosts, though. Not bad. Nice EMP on a lot of those queens and infestors. Beautiful, beautiful stuff there. Is Snute pushing? He's very interested in killing some of these missile turrets at the very least. Maybe getting the sensor tower is not a bad thing either. There we go. All right, let the chaos begin. I don't even know what's happening here anymore. The infestors doing a good job staying alive. Liberator setting up circles of doom. Broodlord's trying to kill the ground army. Infested Terrans are up with their blue infested Terran missiles doing pretty well against these battle cruisers. Oh my gosh, the healing! The repair drone is a thing in this patch. What? Parasitic bombs getting tossed down all over the flying units over this way. Snute is remaxing on Hydra Zergling as his Viper's getting picked out of the sky. Dude, repair drones. That was such a small time. That was a small little window in StarCraft 2 when repair drones were a thing. Look how good they are. Oh, Yeah, they were removed from the game fairly soon after they were introduced because look how stupid they are. Look how long they last and how much they can heal. Jeez. All right, well, Lings and Hydras come in. I don't know that you want Hydras versus battle cruisers. In general, you do not. Additionally, steady targeting versus Hydras is also very good. Trying to fight, got the... Oh, the Overseers get sniped. Look how fast that tactical jump was. Oh my gosh, that was incredible. So Hydra's not really worried about it. We're going to attack into this anyway. Kill a couple of your BCs. Banelings maybe and explode on some of these ghosts. Nice target firing, though. And then all of the Hydralisks die. Where's my production tab? Oh, I brought it down there somehow. We're back. 22 Corruptors in production to deal with a mass BC problem. Also an Ultralisk and a Queen. It is 126 to 152 army supply. ByuN sitting on 16 workers. He doesn't really have much gas, which is going to be a problem for him, as he's been very gas heavy on the BCs and the Ghosts and the Liberators and the Ravens. Like, this is a really gas heavy Terran composition. Snute's mined out of all of his existing bases, so his bank of 4,000, 3,000 is here, and it's nice, but it's not going to last forever. Is he bringing drones for this attack? This feels very final to me. There's a certain level of finality to this. Killing this base would be massive, though. I mean, if the army's here for ByuN, and Snute can very surgically and very quickly get in here and kill this base and get rid of a bunch of the remaining SCVs for ByuN's army. Oh yeah, that's a dead base for sure. Now get out, kill it and go. Just go. Ugh, nice fungal on the ghosts. Not all of them though. The Ultra in here. Yum, yum, yum. Nice fungals on all the things the Corruptors are trying to fight against the battle cruisers. Doing pretty well for themselves. Hydra's in the mix too. And they get on out of there. Nice Neuroparasite and a couple of these battle cruisers doing serious damage. And they're barely able to finish off the BCs. The Corruptor count is not heavy, but the battle cruiser count is 0. Just kidding, there's a couple here because they were Neuroparasited and then not killed in the process. Look at these Corruptors though. With the 3-3 upgrades, they're refusing to die. Bam, dead. Bam, dead. 52 army supply for ByuN. I think Snute has done it. He's not in a fantastic position, but he's got 138 army supply. He's making some Broodlords on the tech switch. All the battle cruisers are gone. Snute has lost 72,000 resources, and ByuN has lost 62,000. What a match! This is insanity. Kind of missed this little sliver of time in StarCraft. Infested Terrans getting tossed down. I don't know what for. I don't know what they could possibly be for. This planetary, for some reason, is being targeted. It doesn't really accomplish much for ByuN, but whatever. It's fine. And the Marines are what is left here. It's a 70 army supply for ByuN. It's still fighting pretty hard here, but Snute's been pushing in hard. The thing is, he's down to 200 minerals and 700 gas. Dude, this is getting an epic tag. I don't even know what to tell you right now. This game is insanity. Ghosts getting sniped down. Marines are trying to take down Broodlords. The Transfuses are really good, though. Backed into a corner. More Infested Terrans tossed down. The Corruptor's not quite sure what to do with their lives other than killing that planetary, which, fine, congratulations to you. But the Marines are backed into a corner. There's 39 army supply from ByuN. I don't know where it is, and that is it. Snute gets your win in 38 minutes and 27 seconds. Oh, what? Wow, what a match. Hit that like button if you enjoyed it. 112 SCVs died in that game. ByuN had 6 remaining. He sacrificed a lot of them intentionally. 15 battle cruisers died. 26 Ultralisks died. I mean, 8 Infestors. 37 Ghosts. A bloodbath of epic proportions on both sides in this game. 76,000 resources lost for Snute. 67 lost for ByuN. Snute is down to 97 minerals. That's it, man. This is his attack. What he has remaining is what he has, which is 13 Hydras, 7 Broodlords. I guess the 7 Broodlords is kind of scary. 8 Corruptors, 8 Infestors. It's not a huge ground army, but sometimes you don't need a huge ground army to win. But yeah, I mean, that was it. In fairness, he probably... Right? He probably could have held it off. I don't know. But that's what's fun. 11 Ravens died as well. But yeah, you don't see Terrans being this passive today, right? I don't know. Maybe we do sometimes. See that sometimes. Anyway, holy cannoli, what a match. Hit that like button if you enjoyed it. All right. Well, that right there is going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Go ahead, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.